Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. I am Larkin, and I am here live with you from the United States. So thank you so much for tuning in. I am going to pop my banner up here so that all of you, if you'd like to learn more about me or you'd like to connect with me further, you can do that easily just by clicking on the banner. I just have to find mine down here. And then we will take a few moments and get in the right mindset and the right frequency for this sacred hour together. I call it a sacred hour because this is a sacred hour that we spend with spirit and that we spend with, I think Veronica did it for me while I'm looking. Thank you, Veronica. A sacred hour that we spend together where you can take a break from your regular mental and emotional way of looking at things and experiencing life and spend this sacred hour together with spirit. What does that mean? It means with your loved ones and animals who have crossed over. It means with your spirit guides and spirit teams. Your spirit teams are your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones and animals who crossed over, teachers, all sorts of amazing beings that are helping and supporting you during this incarnation. Okay. So for those of you that are accustomed to coming to my lives, you know that I like to take the first few minutes to sort of introduce that for those of you that don't know about it. And then also just to help you guys learn to create a practice of creating a sacred space. So even when you're not on a live like this and you want to journal or walk or meditate or pray or commune with your spirit team, you have it practiced and versed that in order for you to have a more clear and fulfilling connection, that you really need to take this time to leave all the junk at the door and to slow your brain waves, to get into your center. You don't have to know what that means. Just keep that in mind. We'll get there. Okay. And to be able to relax enough to receive. I'll say hi to everybody in just a second. Okay. When we are receiving from spirit or even tuning into our own intuition, okay, it's very important that we don't overthink. We stop the overthinking and we get out of the frequency of need. I got to get a reading. I got to be called on. It's imperative I get this answer. I have to know what to do. All of that needs to get calmed down. What you'll find is that even if I don't get to you today, Spirit knows who's on every live, okay, with readers, and they know exactly what you need. And if you listen carefully, even if you don't get a private reading on these live free readings, there will be something for you. There will be some guidance for you or some direction, okay, or some answers or something to give you some relief, okay? All right, so sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I'm always a few minutes late, but my little Jack Russell was very uncomfortable last night. She couldn't sleep and was very uncomfortable this morning, and she yelped when my husband picked her up. So we quickly took her to the vet, and so I just rushed in as about 15 minutes before we were supposed to get on here. So here we are, and she's down here right next to me, getting ready for a siesta. Let's see who's on here today. And then Spirit has been in my ear all day telling me what bits of wisdom they wanted me to share before we get into readings. Laurie Sue, welcome. Welcome. Good to meet you. Let's see. We have Santana. Hello. Nejin, you're back. Yes, we're going to get to you today. Thank you for your patience. Remember, guys, everything is in perfect timing for you, okay? I know it doesn't seem that way. Christy Cook and Pia, welcome. Good to see you. Tammy, hello again. Love and light blessings to you, my friend. Let's see. We have Ah, you're also in the US, Lori Sue. Cool. It's nice to meet you too. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Let's see. Pre's digital journal. I love it. I'm so into journaling. My coaching clients journal, and the spirit guides are always encouraging that. So I love your name there. Let's see. It's lovely to meet you too. Let's see. Of course, we have Veronica to thank for all of this. Let's see. Nabile Debarri. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that is a beautiful name. It's fun to try to say. Welcome and thank you for tuning in. Amanda, yes, I am well. Thank you. Let's see. Donna, good evening. Keith, hello. Keith says, I saw a feather yesterday. I pick it up in and said, let's see, seemed to be from my dad. It was a black feather. That's what I'm seeing. Let's see. Yeah, I thought about you when he saw the feather. Oh, bless your heart. Well, good, because when you shared with us about the feather and your father coming to you, and that came through, that's one of the ways that he's going to come to you and what that meant. I told you you'd be finding more of those. So I was hoping that would stick with you, and it did. Thank you, Keith, for the feedback there. Samantha, Arizona. Diana Woolen, welcome. Let's see. Yes, I can see your name, Samantha. Absolutely. It's great to see you again. I do remember you. We have Sharon. Yes, just like in the dream. Yes, Keith. I love that. December Hill, Bethany, welcome. Let's see. Lori Sue says, I appreciate that you use incense. I incorporate it in my daily life. Excellent. So do I. I normally give a whole little spiel about setting that up, trying to save time, but I don't want to exclude anyone who's not normally on here and knowing what we do here. Claire, welcome. You've been journaling since you were a little kid, Prilla. That's wonderful. That's so powerful and important. Allison Erickson, yes, you're on. Allison, I have to quick say, I've been trying to reach you for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So just a heads up, if you guys join my larkinsreadings.com and you have messaged me and you have not heard back, it is because it has gone to spam or another folder on your end. Okay. I have sent you about 5 or 6 emails, Allison, and I've tried to private message you in response, and it will not allow me. So please know you have not been forgotten, and you are registered for the September 14th Meet Your Spirit Guides. Okay. So I did not forget about you, but that event has to have at least 3 people for you to get the experience that you're paying for. It's only $40, but it's amazing. And you want to have at least 3 people there. It usually sells out, and you were the only one that registered. So you didn't get that you registered, you didn't get the link, and you didn't get that I moved it. So you were not forgotten. Just check your spam and make sure you save my email so that from now on you can get my messages. Okay. So glad to see you. I was hoping you'd be on here today. Kristen, welcome. Oh my gosh, we have so many people here. Let's see if there's anyone I haven't said hi to before we get going. Yeah, well, that's what happened, I think. I mean, I have an official website, but every once in a while, depending on your email and your email security, that will happen really with any website. Illuminated Leo Light, welcome from California. Hi, Tina. Ashley Gray from the UK. Yay. Awesome. Good. It is weird, Allison. Well, we'll sort it out. Okay. Somehow we'll figure that out. And Aileen, welcome. Love to see you. All right. So I have a new friend, Aileen. And the funny part about that, Aileen, is I have been spelling her name the way yours is spelled. First time, welcome. Hi, Carrie. And I've been spelling it wrong. So it's kind of funny to have yours on there. All right. I need to jump into readings. But Spirit has been after me all day to share something specific, because for those of you who don't know, Spirit asks me to please share a bit of wisdom that people on here really need to hear before I do each reading. each set of readings. And I do that on Monday and on Tuesday. So I'll do it again tomorrow. This one is about intuition. And I don't know if it's because I am creating an Awakening Your Intuition program, which is now available if anyone wants to join or get on a free discovery call and learn about it. But it is about remembering who you are and learning to distinguish between your thoughts and other things and your intuition, which in turn helps connect you to your spirit team. It helps you build confidence. It helps you develop your metaphysical abilities and your spiritual connections. Okay. And so intuition is so powerful. It is the eternal consciousness part of you, your soul, that comes through you in human form. That's what your intuition is. Okay. So there's nothing more important for you to be in touch with, right? Because believing in yourself, trusting in yourself is so important. And so my spirit guide said today, listen, not just my spirit guides, everybody's spirit teams. Spirit was like, listen, today, and sometimes guys, they don't tell me what to say ahead of time, but today they've been after me all morning. You have to remind them and give them a hint as to some of the ways in which they can determine intuition where they may not normally. And the thing they wanted me to share with you guys is intuition it's the foundation of all psychic abilities. It's where you have to start, and you all have it. You were all born with it because it's your inner voice. Your intuition is the voice of your soul trying to get through your cognitive and egoic mind, right? So that's the voice you want to be listening to. That's the voice you want to be using your mind as a tool, okay? But what's really cool about this is that Spirit said to me this morning, you need to remind them and give them an example. And the example they wanted me to use for you today was when you guys have questions, and a lot of times you bring those questions on here to all of us, understand that oftentimes the very question that you're getting in your mind is your intuitive guidance. It is your intuitive guidance. So for example, years ago, before I had a landlady that she held all my checks. And after about 4 months, she illegally evicted me because I wouldn't let her up my rent because she hadn't worked on the property and there were things falling apart. And way before this happened, like 9 months to a year before this happened, my spirit guides were saying, and my intuition was telling me, you got to start packing all your stuff up. You're going to have to move. Now, there was no reason for me to believe I'd have to move. Okay. And let's see. Do we have our first troll? Oh, yes, we do. Welcome. Well, just so you know, I advertise and block everyone. So there we go. Sorry about that, guys. I got to keep a close eye on them. So what was neat wasn't neat at the time, but it was neat. What kept coming up in my head was, should I really start packing my belongings? Should I really start packing as though I'm moving? Should I start looking for a place to move? And it came in the form of a question. Should I really do that? And so Spirit wants me to remind you guys today, if you are thinking things like that, if you're thinking, should I start looking for another job just in case? Should I switch insurance? If it's something like that that's popping up, and here are your cues. Is it gentle and kind? Is it consistently repetitive? So it's always comes up every day as a kind, gentle reminder. Then that is something you need to listen to. That's your intuition, or that's your spirit guides sharing with you. And oftentimes it comes in the form, our response comes in the form of a question. And that's how you can often identify it's your intuition. Okay. Isn't that cool? Anyway, hi, Sarah Batchelor. Welcome. So anyway, Barbara Duffy, I hope you enjoyed that little message from Spirit before we get into readings. I thought that was a really cool one. Hi, Christopher James. Oh, thank you, Christopher James. Lots of love to you. It's great to be loved. I love it. Okay, so, all right. I'm going to do this and then we'll get on to readings here. I love this when you guys are, again, I take the beginning of this to stall and not do readings right away so you guys can get in the habit of getting in a more receiving frame of mind and frequency. Aileen says, absolutely. We all need to listen more to our intuition. I'm so used to giving the kids readings. It'll be nice to finally get one myself. Also, if Spirit has anything for me this evening, house situation happened to me. And so I moved as the landlord wouldn't fix the roof. Yes, that's what happened in my situation too. I kept telling him the roof would leak, and I moved out a week later. He had the roof repaired. Yep. My landlady did the same thing. She immediately fixed everything. So let's start with this quickly. And here's why. Aileen, I think it's very important that Spirit wants me to remind you that life is not happening to you. It's happening in response to you. Okay. This does not mean that myself or your spirit guides are placing any blame. There's zero blame being placed. What it means is that everything is always working out for us. And when things that we like happen, we have a tendency to be like, wow, like, I am so blessed. Look what's happened for me. But when things that are uncomfortable or require a lot of hard work, or they put us in an insecure situation and we don't like the feeling happen, we tend to say, we tend to talk about it in terms of situations that happened to me. Like you said, how situation happened to me. And that's so powerful because we really need to distinguish that, because your life is a huge, I'm so glad you agree, but we need these reminders, right? And these are the reminders I give my coaching clients, which is why I recommend you guys get a mindset coach, and my reading clients. And your spirit guides are constantly reminding you of these things. Your spirit guides are very, very practical. And you have two right now, Aileen, that are working with you so intently. And they've actually been whispering that in your ear. Okay. They have been, they've been trying to share with you, look, everything is going to work out. And they applaud your choices and your actions, not waiting around. Like, it's very easy for a lot of people to just wait around and feel like they're the victim of circumstance and life is happening to them. And they applaud you for going ahead and taking action and moving out. That really shows stepping into your power. It's so important. One of the things they're showing me, though, you can do is, like all of us, you can make these adjustments in your mindset, in your self-talk, and really start to look at the fact that everything that's happening in your life is to teach you something, or to show you something, or to nudge you in a particular direction. Obstacles are opportunities. Obstacles are opportunities. And they're opportunities that lead you to being the version of yourself through having to overcome them, that leads to the things that you dream of, that you envision, that you'd like to create and manifest in your life. So what they're showing me actually is that, let's see, we'll get to the light in just a second here. What they're showing me is that you need to do some internal reprogramming just in the way you look at things. That in and of itself. Allison Erickson, I'll get to you. Hold on. I thought this was Aileen. I want to finish her first. I'll star you, Allison. What they want you to do is just begin to tweak on a very practical level, because Spirit is very, very practical. It has very practical guidance for you. And if you tweak the stuff a little bit in your thinking, then what's going to happen is you're going to raise your frequency and you're going to shift your perspective, because your entire reality will shift to match your internal perspective. It's also going to help you step into your power, Aileen, okay? And it's going to help you be even more powerful. You're already good with the choices. You're good with the not waiting around and taking action, but that internal dialogue can shift, okay? And that's going to make all the difference. It's going to be a little process. I'm seeing a very strong number 3, like 3 months. So I think that in about 3 months or so, you're going to start to feel some relief from your living situation. Let's see. I've been ill lately and not been listening to my guides like I should be. But you got awareness there. See, and that's what counts, guys. The awareness is key, whether it's my mindset coaching clients or whether it's my reading clients and intuitive clients. It's always about awareness. Okay. Happy birthday, September 3rd. Well, there you are, practical Virgo. So that would that would explain the making choices and making the decision. That's awesome. That was very helpful to you. One of the things that you have to watch as a Virgo, though, is making sure you don't get too caught up in the practical side of it, that you lose sight of possibility. Okay. So here we have another troll. Let me mark it and block this one. We got lots of trolls today. So this is actually very important for you, Allison. The other thing I want to let all of you guys know is that my next Meet Your Spirit Guides event comes up September 14th. So if you want to, whatever level you have already met your spirit guides, okay, if you want to actually meet your spirit guides, literally, if you've been working with them for years, or if you don't feel a connection to them at all, the Meet Your Spirit Guides event will help you to take your connection with your spirit guides to the next level. And you will it's a 2-hour event, and it's only $40 American, but I only take 10 people a month. So, you can, it looks like my banner fell off here. I'll put my banner back up, guys. If you want to connect with me further, just go to the banner down there, and you have to register on my website. Allison Erickson's going to be there. You will leave that event either having met them and experienced them, or having gotten a name, or they give you information of how to validate who they are and who they were with you, better ways of connecting. They'll show you how they try to communicate with you. You'll walk away with tools to strengthen that connection. And then in December or January, I'm going to have a spirit guide reunion. So anyone that's gone through the Meet Your Spirit Guides event will get to touch base. So anyway, that's an option for you, Aline. Let me finish up with you here. Yes, absolutely. I've been working on my mindset. Due to health, I'm not really in the best frame of mind, as in dispute with the hospital that messed up operations. So took action and changed hospitals. Good for you. And awaiting another op now. Good. So here's the thing, though, Eileen. I'm going to say this. This is coming right from Spirit. Okay. Don't wait, guys. There are things you need to wait for. But when we wait to do our inner work, and maybe you're not, that's what I get from your last post. When we wait to do our inner work, life goes by, right? So we can train for the marathon, and we can train for the marathon, and we can train for the marathon. But when we actually get to the marathon, if we haven't trained like we are training for the marathon, we're not going to have a great time in the marathon. Okay. So just remember that every opportunity, every circumstance you are in is perfect for what you need. You have free will, and your soul has chosen it. Your spirit guides are on board, and they're there to support you. And if things are getting harder and not easier, it means that you need to make different choices. You need to shift your perspective. It's the inner work. So I do understand, because I get severe migraines, and I have a lot of clients with chronic pain and things. But that's still the time, in whatever level and form you can do it, do it. Whether you're laying in bed visualizing, or whether you're doing a healing meditation, or whether you're eating differently, whatever it is, do a little something each day to work towards that. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. That'd be the number 3 you mentioned. Yes, absolutely. You're so welcome. Yeah. The number 3 is a very powerful number for you. All right, guys. Fantastic. Let me scroll up to the next person Spirit wants me to go to. You'll definitely take action. Start working on your mindset. Yes. Good. Spirit guides, believe it or not, guys, they are very into being practical choices, right? You're here in the physical world. Yes, Barbara, it's online. Meet Your Spirit Guides is on Zoom. It's very much so. I mean, we need a combination of mindset and intuitive work and practical, in action, right? So we've got to combine the mindset and the spiritual and the metaphysical in order to get full and complete results for things and awareness. Okay. All right, let's see here. Guys, I'm starring these. I know I'm super thorough here. Is it online? So the Meet Your Spirit Guides is via Zoom, but you have to go to my link down here on the banner and register. Meet Your Spirit Guides is pinned to my Larkin Psychic Medium page on Facebook. And you can register through larkinsreadings.com, but I only have 10 spaces. So you can register. There's not a deadline date. There's just a deadline number of people. So when I get to 10 people, I won't take any more. Let's see here. All right. Keith, I see your comments. Let's see. Casey, welcome. I'm going to come back and get your question. I got to scroll back up here. I got to get to Najan too. Let's see. I'm starring you, Najan. I know, guys, I got to get moving here. I gotta, I see you, Terry. All right. So let me get to this. I need to get to, okay, guys, I've got to, Spirit's like, you got to speed this up, Larkin. So just so you guys know, I'm on today. I'm on here tomorrow. Monday, I do Angels in Action. I have other free events during the week, but I also have several very low cost events for more in-depth reading if you guys want more personal attention. And you just have to find that pin to my Psychic Medium page, okay? Because on these free readings, Spirit wants me to give validation and comfort and guidance. And that means it's going to be quicker. It's going to be shorter. Some of you don't need anything more than that, but a lot of you on here I can see do, okay? All right. Allison, you frequently see lights. Okay, so yeah, so actually, Allison, I won't get into this too in depth today. We can actually get into this more in depth when you do the Meet Your Spirit Guides as well, because you're going to get a lot of personal and private attention on that. This is something in my Awakening Your Intuition or the Spirit Guide coaching that I do. You guys get a lot of in-depth personal conversation with, and we can go into it more in depth. So for you right now, actually, Allison, you have been at a frequency where you are seeing, it's actually a combination of things. You're seeing some angelic energy trying to come through. You've been catching that. And a lot of that is just because you've been attuning more to your intuition and wanting to connect more in that. And somewhere in there, consciously or unconsciously, you have requested that. You wanted this proof and validation, which you'll get and Meet Your Spirit Guides. But so your angels are, you're noticing flashes. They've always been there, but you're noticing it more. The other thing too, I'm seeing is that you also have a lot of wonderful, do you have like, Aaron, you have like a lot of fairy energy around you right now. So it's either there for the plants or animals around you in your life, either the trees or gardens or animals that you have. And those energies oftentimes present themselves as well in flashes of light. So you have a lot of wonderful energy about you right now. And I'm really excited to see that and get more in depth as we do Meet Your Spirit Guides. That would be cool as well. All right, so let's see here. Sorry guys, Spirit's asking me to scroll up here a little bit. Nejin, I want you to put in your question too, please, because I know you've waited like 3 weeks. So if you have something particular you want to share or ask, would you please let me know? Let's see. Let's see here. Kristen, welcome. Can you give me the name of your friend, please? As we get into mediumship, all of a sudden I have lots of souls come in on free readings. It helps me to cut down on sorting through everyone and everything. Wow. There's a very grateful energy surrounding you right now, Kristen. A very grateful energy. Just wanting to thank you. And what I'm also seeing is that you are actually, do you, Keith? You see light flashes too? Wow. what I'm seeing, Kristen, is that, let's see here. I'm looking to see if you responded. I'm seeing that you are actually in strong connection already, Corey. Okay. You're in strong connection with your friend already. And you were guided to make sure to ask, to connect in any way that you can. There's actually several energies here for you. Angel, welcome. There's actually several energies. There's like 3 that kind of popped up sort of in a triangle. There is and mind you, if the description doesn't come out exactly the way that you remembered them, please know that, hi, Natalie Clark, welcome from Canada. Sometimes they come in the form you remember them. Sometimes they come in the form that they want you to see them at the time. But there is what looks like a slender young man that is popped up. And then there is there are 2 female figures, and this is kind of interesting. One would be sort of like an aunt type of energy. It looks like age-wise and energetically, relationship-wise, looks like it's like a caretaking energy, but not a mother energy. Okay. And it's protective and nurturing and loving, and definitely older than you, but she's not coming in as an older woman. So did you have an aunt or a grandmother that passed really when they weren't old? They were maybe older or middle-aged, but not old. And then I'll get to you, Nejin. And then the other woman is a little smaller. And I see these 3 energies in there for you. Was Corey a male or a female energy, Kristen? Your Graham? Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Was one of them tall and one of them shorter? Okay. Yeah, I'm getting as the male energy. Okay. I just want to make sure Corey was a male. That's okay though, Kristen. One of your Grahams, I do believe these are both your grandmothers though, unless you had an aunt that passed away, like maybe in her 40s or 50s, because they often come either the way you remembered them, or the way maybe you had an image or a photograph of them, or the way that they want to be remembered. Okay. Yes, I called mine Nana as well. Yes. So they're present with you. They're actually all 3 there together, and Corey's in the middle. So please know, Kristen, that part of your motivation of being on and asking about him today was that's probably, wait, I know I'm jumping back and forth. No aunt. Okay. She helped raise your dad. Okay. So that could have been a lot of it. It might have been, is your dad still living, Kristen? Because oftentimes souls will come through. And I sense a very strong presence of your dad in the world. So if your father is still here, which it feels like he is, then if a soul is coming through answering your question for you and you're on a live, but they have a message or want your dad to know or another person to know they are present, they will often not come the way that's most meaningful to you, but the way that's meaningful for them. So I think she's coming through more for him than for you. Okay. Hi, T-Lynn. Welcome. Oh, your dad is living. Yes. Okay. All right. Then that answers why she's coming through looking younger than your other grandma. Okay. As far as Corey goes, and Najim, we'll get to you next. Okay. As far as Corey goes, Kristen, please know that he was a big part of you being here and asking this today and you getting a reading. It was part of his orchestration to make sure that you guys got to connect. He's showing me like a week before his passing. You saw him within a week before his passing. Is that correct? I want to verify. He's showing me his like this feeling of connection and interacting with you during that week of his passing. And he's saying that he's actually been trying to get in touch. And he's showing me music. So he's showing me music, a song in particular. So if he either played music or if you guys had a song that meant a lot to you, that resonated with you, he's showing me he's like playing music in the background. Like all of a sudden it's like he turned on music and there's music playing in the background and he's showing me the music. And he's saying, I'm here. And he says that have you been trying to I'm trying to clarify what he's showing me. He's showing me you talking. So have you been trying to talk to him? Have you been like speaking to him and feeling like you're just not getting any, you're not hearing or getting the response that you want? Because what he's showing me is he's like, I keep following her around. Trying to let her know I'm there. And he's picking up on everything. Like he knows that you miss him. He knows that you're wondering why. He knows that, you're really missing that person you felt like you could trust and talk to. And, but he's like, you still can. He's like, I'm still here to support you. And he's like, I'm trying everything I can to get through to you. So he's like, he's trying like little surprise type things, like funny little things, like you get the mail and one of them goes flying out of your hand. He's trying to get your attention in funny little ways. He doesn't know how else to do it other than trying to tap into the physical world, because he's like, he wants you to have more feeling and proof that he's there. Okay. And he wants you to know that he is. And he's just showing me, he's like, I just turn on the music. So he's showing me playing music with you. He's showing me that when you're going somewhere, so whether you're driving or whether you're putting on a headset and you're listening to music, he's trying to catch your attention. But he's like, if you just keep talking to me, I can hear it and I can respond and I can support you. Okay. Let's see. I've often thought that he sends me music. Yeah. From what he's showing me, he sends you music. Okay. Yes, you do. Okay. So do that. Now, a spirit tells me this often, and I'm going to share it with you. Write to him. And the reason Spirit says to do this is what I teach my coaching clients to do, is because eventually they can speak back to you through your writing. Okay. It's one of the ways I develop my mediumship. So just, try to do that as well. Please know that he says there are no goodbyes. So don't feel like you left anything undone, Kristen, because there are no goodbyes. You're never going to have to say goodbye to him because he hasn't gone. Okay. He hasn't gone. Let's see. Hi, Jennifer D. Let's see what else. One more thing, Kristen. Did Corey have a brother? I'm seeing a sibling energy. Or it was either like a brother or another super close friend. And I don't know if you're in touch with them. Hi, Nicola. Welcome. but he's showing me this energy in his field as well. He's like, it was my time because I chose it. And he's like, I had a choice and I chose to go because I saw that I could actually do more good here, and I had come to learn what I needed to learn. Okay. He has a super close friend. Okay. Will you please pass this message on if you interact with this person, Kristen? And because Corey he is trying to visit you guys both when you're awake and in the astral plane. And he just wants you guys to know it's all cool. It's all good. He's good and he's there, and keep talking to him. Okay, just keep talking to him. And he wants you to be good. He's like, stay out of trouble. He's like, I don't know how you're going to stay out of trouble without me there, but you got to stay out of trouble. Okay? I think that's really cute. All right. Hi, Jean. Welcome. So Kristen, I'm going to send you off with Corey now because I am so slow in readings today. But what you have is a stronger connection to him now. What he's telling me is through signs, because I was telling you, remember, he likes to show you with signs, and also with things that make you laugh. That's going to be a sign. Music's going to be a sign, he's saying. Temperature change. So you might feel chills. You might feel temperature change when he's near you. He's showing you maybe heat next to you if he sits next to you on the couch. But he also wants you to know that you've got clear audience. So when you think you hear him talking to you, that's him, Kristen. That is really him. Okay. And just, he says, thank you for keeping him in your memory, but know that you can also keep your relationship going just by engaging and having conversations with him. Okay. Kristen, please let me know if this helps. If you'd like any more in depth of a reading, I have the Angel Party small group semi-private online reading on the 31st of the month. You can find it pinned to my Psychic Medium page, and you're more than welcome to join us there. It's a more private setting, and I can spend more time and do things more in depth, okay? But thank you for letting me read for him. He's a wonderful energy. All right, guys. I know so many of you guys want things, and I think I'm probably going to get on and do something this Thursday night because there's so many people I can't get to. Okay, so Nejin, I'm gonna get up to you here. All right, Nejin. So your love passed on your wedding day, and I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Awesome, Kristen. Well, check it out because I have very limited spaces. So if you want to join us there, make sure you grab a spot. Okay. You have to actually register. So follow the link. A lot of people say they're going to these events, they don't register, and then they wonder why they didn't get a spot. I have to send you a Zoom link, so you got to register. Okay. Wow. So Nejin, so can you what was your love's name, please? Can you put his name in the comments? Sometimes I get names, sometimes I don't. He's not giving me a name. I think probably just because of the trauma that you're going through. It's not your fault. It's oftentimes they have trouble bringing it through to me, or I have trouble deciphering that frequency. Not always, but it depends. It depends on the trauma of it. It's all different. It's all energy. Okay. What I'm seeing is that him witnessing, Nejin. I'm seeing him witnessing Kent. Okay. Oh, wow. That's a strong name. I'm seeing him witnessing, and basically, forgive me for saying this. I'm just going to say what he's showing me. He's just showing me, he's like, you're a mess. You're just a mess. You're just an emotional wreck with heartbreak and sadness. And for that, he is so, so sorry. He is so sorry. No soul ever comes into this world with the intention of causing pain or suffering to another. And although now Kent can see the better outcomes, He can see the bigger picture. He can see how you will be okay. He still knows that you don't see that yet. You don't feel that. It's exceedingly painful for you. So he is so sorry for that because he loves you with all of his heart and soul. He says, you guys have such a strong soul connection. You have traveled and lived in so many worlds, in so many worlds, in so many lives together. And that connection, he said, can never, ever be broken. He goes, as a matter of fact, our soul connection is every bit as strong now as it was when I was there. But he's also well aware, especially having recently been here, because he only passed within the last few months. Is that correct? I'm getting that his earthbound energy, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter how many decades or years a person has passed, we can still do a reading. They can still connect. But the energetic connection is often how I feel it. To their earth body, to their earthbound frequency is what I typically feel. Hold on, I gotta pick my dog up. She's just trembling. Jackie, come here. You're okay. Sorry, guys. I want to pick her up and put her over here. She is just trembling. This is my little one that went to the vet today. So what he's showing me is that you guys have this soul connection, and that this, this particular time you had chosen to come into this world together, which often souls do, right? We choose who we come into this world with, and we'll often choose to come into this world with a particular partner and to go through things. But it doesn't change that when they leave this world, it does not change our soul connection. Okay, it does not change how powerful that is. And what he's been trying to do right now is find ways to help you comfort yourself. Now, this right now is what he's showing me is that, and again, for you right now, you're probably not going to want to hear this because it hurts so much. But he wants you to understand there is a bigger divine picture, and it always keeps all of us in mind, right? None of us are left out of this. All right. And your 15-year-old son is a mess. Yes. So I want you to understand that the most powerful thing he's showing me that you can actually do right now is to, and this is what's so hard to do, but you need to go into a deeper level of acceptance that will sort of help you heal just the next level, because it's not just going to be a healing process like this for you and for your son. And part of this journey is, remember, everything's working out for you, even if it doesn't feel like it. So although this is really hard to believe, this is a message for all of you. And you're just going through it so painfully now, Nation. And I'm so sorry. And we all go through it. But it is when we have the deepest and greatest pain that we also have to release the greatest resistance, right? Because we are always wanting to move away from pain. The problem with that is that when we try to move away from pain, the pain just seems to get worse, right? We have to go into a deeper level of acceptance, because what Kent would like to do is to help you to transition, to turn a new leaf, to create and start something new now. It's going to require you and your son to really bond in a different way. And what I'm seeing is that this is an opportunity for you. Remember, there's always opportunities in obstacles. Please know that in my effort to translate the positive possibilities for you from Kent and from your spirit team, it does not mean that I'm belittling your pain. Okay. I've been there, and I'm sorry for your pain, but I'm also seeing what they're showing me And I've done this so many times that I can attest to the fact that the pain is not, it's not there to torture us. It's not there to supposed to be there forever. It is a way of moving us onto a deeper, stronger version of ourselves. Unfortunately, pain and struggle and suffering are ways that force us to wake up in ways that we would not. Okay. And so knowing that he's there supporting you is very, very important. You've been seeing an angel. Okay, excellent. Okay. I'm so sorry, Sharon. Trying to get to everybody today, guys. But I know I won't make it to everyone. Okay, I've been seeing an angel in clouds. Is it him? Aha, yes, wonderful. Yes, so he's been coming to you in signs and symbols. He shows me that you do look up to the heavens and you cry and you pray and you try to look for where you feel he might be. And so he does use birds, he does use clouds, he uses like the sun and the moon, different beautiful sky scenes for you to remind you and represent to you that he's there, and also to try to bring you a moment of peace. Okay. And so he's showing me that since you look up so often, he uses a lot of signs and symbols that are up. But he wants you to know that heaven isn't up. Heaven is within you, and it's beyond you multidimensionally. So it's outside of your physical form, and it's deep within your physical form. Okay. However, in human form right now, for your own comfort, for reaching out to him, for feeling that desperate feeling to just find him, where is he? He's like, you're always kind of like, where are you? Like, and he's like, that's why he uses that, because he knows you're looking that way. But he says also, if you look within, I'm in there too, because you guys have a soul connection. Okay. Now for your son, he's showing me your son is really looking butterfly and shooting stars. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Nicola. I appreciate that. So yes, you talk to him and he wants you to keep talking to him. You are being an example for your son and for how your son is going to be handling this, okay, as well. And it is good for you to express yourself and get your emotions out. But please know as well that your son also has concern for you. And when he sees and feels your pain, he is even more pained because he doesn't want you to be in pain as well. Okay. So you guys are there to really bond together and help each other through anything positive you can do that takes that energy that is painful and a feeling that makes you feel loss, and turn it into a blessing, into a giving, into a communication to Kent, into a way of honoring his memory, into a way of being the best version that you can be of yourselves, will in and of itself help you to heal. Okay. And so that's wonderful. If he's aware, that's wonderful. One of the things you could both do, and Kent is giving me these suggestions now, so I trust in spirit that that will work, okay, for you. Number one, you guys need to be spending time in nature. You need to take walks. Maybe you walk and you talk about him and you cry. Maybe you walk silently together. He will be with you. He will be walking with you. Okay. You need to spend time letting it out. Get the emotion out so it doesn't turn into something else inside, especially your son. Let him know it's okay to cry. It's okay to vent. And a great way to channel that is exercise for him. Your husband, Kent, is showing me getting it out physically. That is so important that he gets it out physically. Okay. The other way is by writing. Now, a lot of people say, oh, okay, young boys don't want to do that. Young boys can be the very best at journaling and writing. It's very important that he learns to process the emotion in a way that he is choosing. Okay. Instead of a way that it might become sort of out of control, or you don't want it to turn into anger later. Okay. So that's very important. That is Kent's concern right now. Okay. He does exercise. Excellent. Also, Nejin, this is what I would suggest as well. Guys, I'm not trying to sell myself. I just want you to know this is an opportunity. If you would like a free 20-minute discovery call where I can help give you some more assessment from your guides about this, I have some opportunities that maybe the two of you could do together that would help you guys get in a habit of these types of things. It's very important to be able to do this with your energy. Okay, that's his therapy. Yes, good. Yes, that is correct. So the writing, the time in nature, and the journaling are going to be vital. And Kent is showing me this. Okay. So this is very important. This is what he would be advising him to do. But you yourself can do these things. Tai Chi would be excellent for you. Nejin, Tai Chi or yoga, different people resonate with different ones. I personally love the Tai Chi, but either one of them are fine. But it helps to process the mind and the body, which is where, you know, the trauma and emotion is stored. You don't want it to be stored there because you don't want it to turn into illness or anger or that sort of thing. Okay, you guys have a lot of trauma you need to process out. And that is what Kent is showing me. Now, as we move along here today, I want to let you know how he really tries to get through to both of you. He tries, like you know already, he tries with signs and symbols, especially in the sky. All right. With your son, he does a lot of claircognizance, tries to come through to him in thought. So when he's upset, he has conversations with him in his head. He answers questions for him. He brings questions about. You can tell your son that if there is a constant, calm, and loving, repeated answer, that's Kent speaking to him. Okay. If he's constantly reminding him something and it's a repetition and it's loving and it's kind and it's peaceful, that's Kent. He comes to you both in your dreams. Okay. So let's see. Yes, you would love to do that. Okay. Well, you need to private message me if you want a discovery call. Okay. I do the discovery calls for people and I try to help guide them where they can go. And it doesn't always mean working with me. Sometimes it's just other suggestions that come through for you in the assessment of what you can do. Okay. Let's see. You will do. Okay. Perfect. You have PTSD borderline. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And you both will probably be having that post-traumatic stress syndrome. And so you guys just need to be loving and supportive of each other, loving and supportive of yourselves. Know that he's there. He meets you both in the astral plane at night when you dream. And, you know, for you, he comes through in the feelings and the signs and symbols. For your son, he comes through as claircognizance. And if he keeps writing, he's going to come through that way as well. Okay. You guys are also welcome if you want something more in depth to join me on the 31st for this small group online angel party rating. Okay. Guys, I'm going to send him off with you, Nejin. You guys will be okay. Just remember, what you resist persists. And Kent wants you to accept and then ask, okay, how can we make the best of this and move forward now? He wants you to move on to the next phase to cut down on some of that pain and trauma, right? Here's what I'm going to say to everyone on here right now. I will be back at the same time tomorrow. I have oodles of very low cost or free events you can find on my page, pinned to my page. Veronica has amazing readers every day of the week. If you did not get a reading today, Barbara Duffy, I would have loved to have gotten to you. There are so many people I want to get to. So you guys can come back tomorrow. You can find me on my Psychic Medium page. One way or another, you will get a reading at just the right time when all of you need it. Okay. Keith, I know you had things that you wanted. Casey, you had an amazing question. Nicholas is brilliant. Thank you for your support, everybody. Sharon, I know you had something important as well. So I will actually read through all of your comments tonight. If they're on my page here, I can respond to them. If it's on Veronica's, I won't, because I don't want to mess up the algorithm of her beautiful page. But if you come back tomorrow or find me, we will get to you, or again, you can get to the beautiful readers Veronica has on here. Keith, that's very interesting because I was having images of a friend of yours in a car accident. Actually, when you first started chatting with me. So come back tomorrow and we'll try to get to you. Okay. All right, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you all again tomorrow. Have a blessed evening. Thank you for being a beautiful audience, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.